Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. In this presentation, we will focus on the DTC P0034, which indicates a low voltage in the turbocharger bypass control solenoid valve circuit in a Honda Civic 2022 and newer models. The turbocharger bypass control solenoid valve plays a crucial role by regulating the turbocharger's internal operation, affecting the vehicle's power and efficiency. The valve should send a proper signal to the powertrain control module, PCM, based on its operation. When a discrepancy occurs where the valve signal is interpreted as close, while the PCM outputs an open signal, the DTC P0034 is triggered, indicating an abnormality in the system. Understanding the implications of this DTC is essential for effective troubleshooting and repair. We'll thoroughly examine the specific components impacted, potential causes, symptoms observed, and step-by-step troubleshooting procedures related to this fault code. The DTC P0034 signifies an issue involving the turbocharger bypass control solenoid valve and the PCM. The turbocharger bypass control solenoid valve is an essential component located near the turbocharger, responsible for regulating airflow and pressure, directly influencing engine performance. This solenoid valve operates under the direction of the PCM, which interprets sensor signals to control engine functions effectively. When the turbocharger bypass control solenoid valve sends a return signal interpreted as close, while the PCM commands it to be open, this mismatch prompts the PCM to recognize an error, thus storing DTC P0034. The PCM is a vital part of vehicle technology that monitors and controls various components to maintain optimal engine function. Therefore, understanding the relationship between these components is crucial for accurate diagnostics and repairs. Several factors can lead to DTC P0034 being triggered in the 2022 Honda Civic. First, the turbocharger bypass control solenoid valve itself could be malfunctioning, resulting from internal faults or wear and tear over time. Next, faulty circuit connections can create a break in the transmission of signals between the solenoid valve and the PCM. This faulty wiring can lead to either too low voltage or no response at all. Another significant cause could be issues within the PCM itself, which may result from software glitches or hardware failures. Understanding these possible causes allows for a more targeted approach in the troubleshooting process, ensuring that technicians can efficiently diagnose the main source of the problem. When the DTC P0034 is present, several symptoms may manifest in the vehicle's operation. One of the most notable symptoms is reduced engine performance, as the turbocharger's functionality directly impacts acceleration and efficiency. Additionally, drivers may experience turbo lag, where there is a noticeable delay in power delivery due to the malfunctioning solenoid valve. This issue can lead to frustration during driving, particularly when quick acceleration is required. Moreover, the vehicle's check engine light will illuminate as a direct indication of the fault stored in the PCM. Recognizing these symptoms is vital in guiding both drivers and technicians towards a proper diagnosis and timely intervention. The first troubleshooting step involves turning the vehicle's ignition to the on position to prepare for diagnostic testing. Following this, the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS, must be utilized to perform the turbocharger bypass control solenoid valve test. This test allows the technician to assess the functioning of the solenoid valve under controlled conditions. The HDS is an advanced diagnostic tool designed specifically for Honda vehicles, which highlights issues not immediately apparent through visual inspections. A successful test indicates that the solenoid valve is functioning correctly, while a failure could point towards problems either with the valve itself or its associated electrical connections. This step is critical, as it sets the stage for deeper inspections if necessary. In this second troubleshooting step, the technician should disconnect the turbocharger bypass control solenoid valve's 2P connector to facilitate an internal circuit inspection. This disconnection is essential to safely measure the internal resistance accurately without interference. The expected resistance should fall within 30 to 34 ohms at room temperature, which indicates proper functionality. If the resistance measured deviates from this range, it suggests that the solenoid valve has internal faults, and replacing the valve may be necessary. These initial diagnostics are vital as they establish whether the solenoid valve is primarily responsible for the DTC P0034 being triggered. This step focuses on ensuring the electrical integrity of the solenoid before progressing further in the diagnostic process. After testing the solenoid valve, the next step focuses on inspecting the IG1 ABV circuit, which provides battery voltage to the solenoid. The technician should ensure that the solenoid valve's connector remains disconnected during this process. With the ignition switch in the on position, the technician must measure the voltage across the female terminals of the IG1 ABV circuit. The expected voltage should be around 12 volts. If the circuit does not present the appropriate voltage level, this indicates a problem in the power supply circuit, which could involve issues such as open circuits, shorts to ground, or faulty electrical connections. Effective troubleshooting here is crucial, as confirming the integrity of the power supply to the solenoid is pivotal for proper operation. In this fourth troubleshooting step, the technician will inspect for any shorted wires that may be affecting the turbocharger bypass control solenoid valve circuit. Before disconnecting the PCM connector, the technician should utilize the HDS to jump the SCS line, which stands for the Service Check System line, and then wait for more than a minute to ensure a stable system state. Following this preparation, both the turbocharger bypass control solenoid valve and the PCM connectors should be disconnected to check for shorting to ground conditions. The circuit should test as not shorted when the ignition is maintained in the off position during this test. If any signs of a short to ground are detected, it indicates a fault that needs to be rectified before further tests can proceed. This step is crucial to ensuring that no external factors interfere with the solenoid's operation. The final phase of troubleshooting involves inspecting the powertrain control module (PCM). If prior inspections of the turbocharger bypass control solenoid valves and IG1 ABV circuit indicated that these components are functioning correctly, the PCM is likely the cause of the DTC P0034. The PCM is responsible for processing inputs from various sensors and controlling the operation of components such as the solenoid valve. If discrepancies persist in functionality, even after confirming proper conditions in previous steps, it suggests that the PCM may need replacement or repair. Before proceeding with potential replacements, ensure that all other components have been thoroughly verified. Understanding PCM operations will greatly aid in diagnosing complex issues, as it is the brain of the vehicle's engine and performance management. After completing the repairs associated with DTC P0034, it's vital to perform a final verification to ensure that all issues have been resolved. The first step involves clearing the DTC from the PCM using the Honda Diagnostic system. This action resets the PCM's fault memory, allowing the technician to monitor for any reoccurrence of the code following repairs. Following the clearance, a test drive should be conducted to validate the repairs. Drive the vehicle under normal conditions to observe whether the check engine light remains off and if the turbocharger operates as intended, thereby confirming that the repairs were effective. This step bridges the gap between repairs and long-term reliability, ensuring the integrity of the vehicle's turbocharging system is restored. To prevent future occurrences of DTC P0034, regular maintenance is essential. One critical aspect of preventive maintenance includes routine inspections of the wiring and connectors associated with the turbocharger bypass control solenoid valve. Over time, exposure to heat and engine vibrations can damage insulated wires, leading to shorts or open circuits. Additionally, consistently monitoring the solenoid valve's function can prevent unnoticed failures from escalating into significant performance issues. Proactive checks using the Honda diagnostic system can help identify early warning signs and ensure that the solenoid operates within specified parameters. Preventive measures contribute greatly to long-term vehicle reliability and performance by mitigating potential faults before they manifest into diagnostic trouble codes. In summary, DTC P0034 indicates a crucial fault related to the turbocharger bypass control solenoid valve circuit. Recognizing the implications of this fault code allows for targeted troubleshooting, which includes systematic testing from the solenoid valve through to the PCM. Each component must be assessed methodically to pinpoint the exact cause and ensure proper functionality and communication between the system. Following the repair process with verification and preventive maintenance is essential to maintain optimal performance of the turbocharger system. Staying vigilant and conducting regular inspections will promote the longevity of the vehicle's components and enhance overall driving experience. With this knowledge, technicians will be better equipped to handle similar faults in the future efficiently. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time!